The opposition has fresh fodder against the government courtesy, you guessed it, WikiLeaks. The opposition says the new revelations make it clear that the government functions as a pawn to American foreign policy interests. Well, that's the big focus this evening on India Decides. Joining us to discuss this, Ronan Sen, India's former ambassador to the United States, someone who helped script the course of the strategic relationship. Leela Ponnappa, the former Deputy National Security Advisor. Brinda Karat, CPM Politburo member. We hope to be joined by Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi of the Congress in a little while. Also, Nirmala Sitharaman of the BJP joins us. Thank you all very much for being with us. Dr. Singhvi, the big argument now is on the basis of these WikiLeaks revelations. It appears that the government is a pawn to America in terms of foreign policy. How does the Congress view this? Because some of the examples, particularly when it comes to the government briefing the Americans on our Iran policy, seems to suggest that that might very well be interpreted to be the case.
Vishnu, it would be a sad and dangerous day for Indian democracy, largest democracy in the world, for the width and depth of Indian democracy, if governments were to be paralyzed daily, if they were to be obligated to respond to daily and weekly WikiLeaks. A WikiLeak is the supposed recordal by A of his supposed conversation with B, which A reports to C and also mentions D in the. Neither A, B, nor C, nor D have ever confirmed even the existence of any WikiLeak. I can understand that if any WikiLeak has even one piece of paper as corroborative evidence, one statement, one affidavit, one confirmation from one of the writers, I can understand if it discloses something serious, we should take action. But to expect that for every WikiLeak, people start calling for resignations of a Prime Minister, people start paralyzing Parliament, it shows that we are in fact putting ourselves to ransom, Indian democracy to ransom, to supposed recordals by diplomats within their own channels.
But why do you call it supposed recordings, Dr. Singhvi? Because why would the United States in the past warn a number of its close allies, including India, that these leaks were going to come out and watch out, they might have some sort of impact on ties? So why question the authenticity of these recordings?
I'll tell you. These are not confirmed even to exist by any of the four persons A, B or C or D whom I mentioned in the particular WikiLeak which happened regarding Mr. Satish Sharma. How does the government react to it? Those who make the allegation and pass a resolution that the government must stop and somebody must resign must then produce at least one piece of corroborative evidence. What is the corroboration in this? And there are innumerable factual inconsistencies.
Right,
one second.
There are
innumerable inconsistencies.
So we can question the information, but whether it's whether the cables are authentic or not, that I think a lot of people say that they're absolutely authentic. I mean, we wouldn't be having this international outrage on WikiLeaks had those documents not been authentic. But Ms. Sitharaman, if I can come to you first, you heard what Dr. Singhvi had to say. He says that there needs to be corroborative proof as far as those documents or the WikiLeaks are concerned. Why doesn't the BJP also accept this? Because from a legal standpoint, what do these random cables actually have to suggest? They could be false entirely.
See, the point is, when it is uncomfortable to go on saying that it is not a corroborative evidence, is only natural for the Congress. But the fact remains, for an allegation which is very serious, especially when we are talking about the way in which the parliamentary system itself came under a very severe threat due to the buying of votes, and the opposition very clearly placed this as a very big allegation, and attempts to prove it through the media had failed for various other reasons at that time. Very clearly, now through the WikiLeaks, it is established that what allegations the oppositions were leveling at that time have got a very, a neutral or a party which doesn't have otherwise any vested interest in this matter coming out with a corroborative evidence. Whether it stands test in the court or not, it is a matter of fact that a diplomatic personnel has given this information to his boss. What interest would he have to speak for one or against the other? So I think to that extent, to establish the fact that in Indian parliamentary democratic history, there was such a black day And that is now getting vindicated. The allegation that the BJP and the other opposition parties made at that time is got vindicated now through this leak.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.